What's going on, Ashley? This is Daniel from Josh and Danny SEO. So wait, let me jump back over to the homepage. So let's see if I can, kind of explain this. I know where we kind of got off the phone a little bit over there, but let's go through and see how it all goes. So I know we went through this right here. So you have all this done. You do want your services to be a drop-down menu. Right now, we already spoke a little bit about how about what type of services you do offer. You would want to have two separate types, right? You would want to have painting services and remodeling services as a drop down, so people understand that they are two separate over there and not, not kind of confused between the two. But you do want to have it as a drop down menu so they can, because let's say they're just coming for cabinet painting, right? They don't want to scroll through and kind of try and find what they're looking for. They just want to scroll over, hit the right one, and move on to the next. And like I said, it's good to have separate pages so you rank for each one individually so that Google's algorithm doesn't, I wouldn't say get confused, but yeah, get confused with the content there. So as we scroll through, it's good to have a blog. I mean, is it necessary? No. I mean, typically back end stuff we connect you to blogs, but I like the 5-star best of this, best of the 2022 winner. I can't read that. Willamette Valley. Oh, okay. So those are really good to have on your website. I like your logo, like I said, but I would much rather it be up here on the left. I think you have a purple thing. Nothing wrong with purple. Purple's a great color. And then obviously these Angie's Award services, these are great to have as well. And then we have our mission, which is typically the About Us. Great picture over here. I don't know. I wonder what's in the back. Is that a volleyball net? Oh, I love volleyball. Anyway, as we go through, yes, having a contact us is great. I see it does go straight to a phone number, your phone number. That's fine. You probably would want to have, I don't know, like another contact page. Like you have a call now, which is good. That also connects to it, but it's kind of like that thingy where you can input information because some people don't like calling. I know I do, but a lot of people do enjoy sending you that email. So typically, you want to have that on there as well. Our services, but again, we're not talking a lot about what those services are because cosmetic updating, like, I don't know, hey, we would love to, you hate your bathroom, let's take a look at it, see if we can come up with a great plan together to achieve that dream you really want. Like, you want a his and her sink? We got you. You hate him, using yours because, you have 30 different cosmetic items that you have on your sink and he just has his shaver and you want your space. I don't know, it's something stupid like that. Before and after pictures are always good. Oh, you do have it. That's over here. Little cut off on the right side. It's fine. You get the idea. I don't like the idea of putting in an address, more of a zip code idea, because people just get weird about putting in their whole home address. I mean, I don't mind putting mine in, but still, we are committed. I mean, because what are you gonna do? Show up to my address? I mean, sure, come on in. Liability. I don't know what this is. Okay. So I'm assuming is this for workers' comp coverage? Is this for like your insurance? Well, you can explain it to me some other time. But overall, that's good. And again, you want to be very clear about different services because here I'll show you on the back end, and this is what I was reading off to you. Basically, this is the tool I use, Ahrefs. It lets me know how Google looks at you. You have a UR rating of 13, so that's how strong your website is. So if we go here, it's a decently good website. You have a DR rating of 1.4, so that's your trust rating. Now, again, all these work with backlinks, some better than others. Like, you don't want the BuzzFeed, Wikipedia stuff because they're spammy, but you do want the painters' blogs, the Sherwin-Williams blogs, stuff like that are really good. Referring domains are when somebody clicks on that blog on somebody else's website and it returns back to you. Now, these are kind of going to be the thing that upgrades your UR and DR rating. You do want them in the 30s and 40s. That's really strong ratings right there. But for the amount of backlinks you have to have UR rating like that, it's not so bad. Now, you do have 64 different kind of keywords. You are bringing in some traffic, so there's nothing, you're doing well. But let's take a look at what those keywords are. Now, like I said, a keyword is when, somebody types something into Google to find you. And I'm going to give you an example of that in a second. But like I said earlier, you did really well with some of these. You're ranking for painting Salem, Oregon. And the reason is, let me see if I can find the reason. Is as Google is going through your website, they are going to notice certain things. And I am going to look for Portland. They kind of just Google everything. They start looking for, what do you call them? Similarities between all the words. Pretty much what's going on. And then they kind of just go through, they crawl your entire website, and they basically go through that. But these are the words you're going for. Painting Salem, Oregon, 250 people a month search for it. You're getting 21 of those people because you're in position number 6 for that, which is great. And it doesn't have to be this specific order, but because your website link, your domain name, Apex Painting and Remodeling and remodel.com has been up for a while, it's going to help you rank organically for that. Paint or Salem, 350 month search for that. You're getting 17 because you're in position 9. Now, again, you want to be in positions 1, 2, and 3 simply because you'll get about 10 to 20% of all search volume because of that. But you have the right idea for a lot of this stuff. So that's great. The only thing is, it's not as diverse. Like, you're not, I'm noticing you're not ranking for things like cabinet painting, stuff like that. But otherwise, I don't have anything to really say about this. Remodeling contractor, Salem 150. You're not getting anyone because you're on page 4. So the second you get off page 1 is the second you're going to start losing people. This is already page 2, page 2, 3. See, page 3 already. You're losing. And these are Angie's List, Salem, Oregon. I don't even know if you would want to rank for something like that. But you get the point. You aren't on the wrong track. You have the right idea when it comes to that. You don't want something like this because anyone in the world can search for that, so there's no real point. But otherwise, no, like I said, you have the right idea for certain things, so that's good. But let me show you what happens when I put in Painter Salem, Oregon. I'm going to give you more of an in-depth idea. So um, this is kind of like just homing in. So when I'm searching for something called Painter Salem, Oregon, it's not only is it local. Obviously, I live there. I mean, I don't. You know, I don't. I live in Spring, Texas, but obviously, somebody who's looking for a painter lives here in Salem, Oregon. So it's going to be a lot more of a, it's going to weed out a lot more people instead of it just, hey, you're ranking for all these random things that might not even be in your area. This is more of a target, right? Now, we also create Google ads this way. If I can look at the back end of this Google ad, it would kind of come up with all of these different keywords, painting, Salem, Oregon, stuff like that. But Thumbtack is also sponsored. I hate Thumbtack. I mean, they're fine. But here is your GMB, Google My Business Profile. It's very important to get in here. About 30 to 40% of all people will click on one of these 3 websites. If you're number 4, number 5, you're not really, in the best position. So let's take a look and see where you are if I put this in. We're looking for Apex. Oh, here you are. Apex Paint and Remodel. You're not too far off. That's great. Let's see. So we have, you're number 4. 5. The thing I say is if you're number 4 or 38, no difference. You're just not going to be in the top 3. People don't like clicking extra buttons. So, but other than that, you got 39. Let's see. Actually, I'm just going to click on you over here. So you got 75 plus photos. Great. This is also on your website. So, well, this is also on your website. Sorry, I noticed things. Overall good. The only thing is, let's see, you got your number, area served. Are you connected? Only your Facebook is connected. We can do a little bit better than that. Okay, no, that's good. You got 5-star reviews from 39 reviews. Excellent. The only thing I would say is you probably just need to be connected with more directories in order to start beating out the people on top of you. Because you're doing pretty good here. I wonder why it's only 3+ years. Maybe you only made it more recent. But let's go back. Because after the GMB, we have your organic search. So you got Yelp is number 1, Angie's number 2, and then Fitzpatrick Painting. I don't want to click on them because they aren't local. They're local, but they're not. Because I see that the page that they're ranking for is a Salem homepage. This guy does work here. So, I mean, this guy might be a better ranker than he, but this guy's actually this is his homepage in Salem when I type this in. Now, I don't like his website because it gives me the feel of a form submit, almost like it's just everything pushed to the top with very little content in here. And obviously I wouldn't put interior and exterior and commercial painting on separate links. I'd have them all under painting or just services. Gallery, see how this is how he should have had his services. And again, I'm sure he does more than interior and exterior painting. There's more that goes into it. See, he has a picture of cabinets over here. Come on. So anyway, request a code is fine. I think it's a little too in-depth. I don't like the idea of putting in a street and city because most people don't want to, they want to trust you first before they actually give you information like that. Overall, I don't like the content he has on his page, but I mean, he is ranking close to the top. Let's see what the read more does. It brings us to the whole about us page. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the back end, see how they're doing. So they're not doing much better than you on the rating system, but they are ranking for a lot more different keywords, and they have a buttload more backlinks than you do. Little secret about the backlinks. I don't care about this number per se. I care about the 67 number. And if I look over here, they only have 51 that are actually good. Trade secret. But anyway, their UR rating is 18. They got a 1.3 DR rating. The reason this is high is because many of these guys are probably just directories. That's why this is at an 18. But we want like solid guest posts, like real posts that really get you a lot more value. Now, my philosophy is if you have one keyword, you get about 2.5 people to your website. They have 782, 477. So, which means that they probably have a lot of blog stuff on here. Like this paint over latex paint. No one cares about this. Why would you? I mean, I don't know. I don't know the process. You might want to strip the paint first. But Paint Salem, Oregon, 250 a month. They're getting 41 because they're in position 3. See, they're over 10% for that. Painter, Salem, Oregon, 250. See, painting and painters, they're all just different variations of the same words. But 250 people a month search for that. They're getting 22 because they're in position 5, a little less than 10%. So they're kind of doing the same thing, house painting Salem. They're just a little more broad in, the keywords they're looking for, and they're a little bit higher on the rating system than you are. You were closer to the 8-9 position. They're closer to the 5-6 ratio. And as you can see, it's a huge difference. Even if we never change anything on your website, we just do like SEO backend work for a couple months, it should amazingly increase your odds. But in order to do that properly, anyway, conversation for another time. So yeah, as you can see, the top things he's ranking for are just blog stuff, which is not worthwhile for anyone's time. This stuff is exterior painting Salem, Oregon, 50 month. He's getting 4 because he's position 5, stuff like that. So how does this really help you? Because again, you're not doing bad. You're bringing in double, 2.5 times traffic, like I said. If you truly, it's up to you if you really want to change a lot. If you wanted to be a little bit more broad with your reach, because if I'm looking for somebody to do cabinet painting, I'm going to type cabinet painting, stuff like that. So I would say, you can be a little more diverse with your keywords. Um, and then finally, in order to have more keywords, you're going to want more content. More content is always good on Google. They love that. It shows you're legitimate and you're trying and you're not just trying to spam them. And then finally, you're going to have to look at backlinks. Now, the good news is I know where they have 51 excellent backlinks to rank somebody else. These guys. So we would just take a look at these guys, referring domains, and use them for yourselves. Pretty much it. I mean, like I said, I didn't find. I don't know. My screen's black over here. Who cares? Like I said, you do have the right idea with the keywords you're using, even though you said you didn't really know. But no real complaints here. Anyway, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please reach out. Other than that, you have an amazing day, Ashley.